All right, y'all.
We're
We're
back.
back. We're Black and White Randomz podcast. I'm T, aka Scott, also known as Tierra. But anywho, this is
Trish.
alrighty, guys. You've been keeping up with the podcast pretty much. I throw a bunch of random topics at Trish.
Mm-hmm.
We give our open and honest opinion about how we feel about them, and
Mm-hmm.
just keep in mind it's just an opinion, y'all. Lord have mercy. Um. Anyway, so we're gonna kick this thing off.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot you this topic, Trish.
Uh-huh.
It's not even it's not in the form of a question. Just what comes to your mind. Parents should treat their children differently, or should they not?
Hmm.
And what effects do you think that has? Because that's the actual question.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to. Um, there's cases like obviously there's like a kid who has special needs and a kid who doesn't. But let's
Mm-hmm.
say that you have two children who do not, right? You need to be careful how you treat them differently. You may have one more sensitive than the other. You might have one who maybe is better academically, so they need less attention than the other, but you need to be careful and I think balance whatever attention the one does not need with something else. Like you need to still be giving as much effort even if it's not in the same way because the child who's not receiving the same amount of care and attention is not going to adapt to that well, and it makes it very hard for them to be a healthy adult. I'll put it that way.
Okay. Um, I would say this. Um, you're a middle child, so you probably have something to say completely different.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure, as being a middle child, like we know what stigmas are placed on the middle child, and
Mhm.
we also see in society like how middle children usually end up one
Mhm.
way or another. I don't know. I'm the youngest sibling, so like I don't really have the middle child syndrome.
Mhm.
I feel like if anything, it would have hit my brother more so than it hit me as far as being treated differently.
Mhm.
Um, um, because obviously like he's older. Um,
Right.
so he would have had a different outlook, him being an only child for like 8 years before I came along. Um, and things of that nature, like him being probably spoiled,
Mhm.
him being able to do certain things, or not having to take me places and or watch me and all that type stuff here and
Right.
there, as I got older. So I feel like as the oldest child, it kind of plays out differently, but also in society, I feel like it comes out in like personality traits and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So people that aren't as secure in who they are, like if their parents didn't favor them or they had to fight for attention, I feel
Mhm.
like that kind of like molds them as a person, because then you make an insecure adult or young adult or teenager or whatever, and they're seeking attention in other places because they're
Mhm.
not getting it at home. So like there's a lot of ways to like look at that to,
Mhm.
in order to like put it in a box. If I was to put it in a box, I would say that's probably like the main way treating your kids differently affects them as they grow older.
Yeah. One of the one of the worst things that I think my mother would say to me, being the middle child, and some things that not necessarily going to share with the internet, but there have been some things. One of the things she always used to say was, "I don't have to worry about you." You did. You just thought you didn't because I wasn't as loud as some of the other things that drew your attention to another sibling.
Mm-hmm.
So those words are hard. They're dangerous. You have to be careful with them because just because you have a child who might not be as loud about what they need or want or what's wrong does not mean they're handling everything well. So parents with more than one, I only have one, so I'm speaking from being the child. I'm not the parent in this situation. I only have one child, but strive to treat them evenly, even if the amount of attention they
Mm-hmm.
need comes from a different part of you. Treat them equally.
I would say, like, I don't know, but me as being a younger kid, like, and being spoiled to a certain degree, not rotten. I wasn't a brat, but
Mhm.
I definitely was spoiled to a degree. With that being said, like I heard no at certain points. There's some kids that were in my position as the youngest that rarely ever heard like a no. And
Mhm,
imagine how that frames a kid. Forget the other kid that's the bystander of what's going on.
mhm.
Imagine how that's framing the adult child, well, the soon to be adult child in X amount of years that you're raising, and they're never hearing the word no. I work around grown adults, and I can tell that
Oh,
they
yeah.
rarely hear no in their everyday life. And these are younger, I don't know, maybe yeah, the younger side of Gen Z now, because some of them are starting to get up into like their mid 20s, latter part of their 20s, I guess. I don't
Mhm,
know. But for me, experiencing them at 18 and 19, and they have no respect for like any type of authority or
mm,
authoritative figure, because I'm put into a position, I can't tell you what company I exactly work for, but I am in a position of management and I run an operation, put it that way.
mhm,
And I encounter a lot of them because they come into the company at, as soon as they can graduate high school. Um, if they don't go into college, like they
mhm.
transition on into this company a lot of times. Um, and the amount of times we tell them that they, took an extended break or something crazy, like whatever it is, and the company, that's not a part of the company's policy, and they have to be reprimanded in whatever way the form that is, right?
Right.
They literally go off the hinges, like a lot of
Yeah,
them, not all of them,
yeah.
but a lot of them, because they have not been taught in a manner or a way to respect authority. And I could tell which ones are going to snap, because I could tell that you were like this in high school. You
Mm,
just got up and walked around for whenever you felt like it, or the teacher gave you an instruction and you felt like you didn't have to deal with it, or some of them will even tell you like, yeah, my parent didn't do that, or they wasn't around, or whatever, and
yeah.
they have a I don't really care about anything like attitude. Um, so you can imagine what that's already doing to 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 year olds. Because
Right.
these are I deal with them a lot
Mhm,
um at the company that I work for. Put it that way. And I've learned how to have them respect me and me respect them back. Because also what's happening is you have people that are out of my generation, since I'm a millennial. I'm not in the latter part. I'm like directly smack dab in the middle of the millennials. So like I got like the best of both worlds when it comes to like close to Gen Z, but not close enough to them to be
right.
like cool. But I start getting a working relationship with them. The first couple times a little rough, because like, they're not trying to see you eye to eye, but you got to kind of like bring it down to their level, which in my opinion is really dumbing stuff down for them, which we really shouldn't have to. But like,
Mhm,
just to like merge where I am and where they are, that's probably like the best thing. But they, and I'm not saying like our parents weren't working, but like they really their parents really were out there doing, whatever, working. Some of them, their parents was in the streets. Whatever the case may be, they fend for themselves and they learn how to raise themselves off of social media. So you can
yeah,
imagine what that's doing to them. So that's a whole nother ball game. So a lot of stuff that we didn't have to deal with. Yes, we coming up with social media,
yeah.
but like not to the extent that they are.
No.
We got to live in a world without it, and we got
Yeah,
to see it come into fruition. So
yeah,
um I don't know how much harm we are really doing to kids when you start ignoring their behaviors, because that's really what this conversation is about.
yeah,
It's really about ignoring your child and like ignoring whatever their needs are and
yeah.
addressing whatever personality traits they have and teaching them how to cope. Because a lot of kids, their coping mechanism is the phone,
Right.
or it's getting on the game all day, or whatever it is that you're allowing them to do for hours on end, and you're not supervising them doing it. They're finding
Mhm.
a way to cope, whatever that way is.
Right.
And
And
some
it's
of them
not
getting
healthy.
into the adult industry too. So
Right.
like that's a whole nother ball game. Like once that's introduced to them is like, preteens or teens or whatever. And then now that's a whole nother can of worms that you just threw in there.
Right.
but you never address what the root issue is. They already weren't getting attention from you, so now I'm about to get online and I'm gonna be online gaming
And
all
there's
day,
endless attention
cussing, talking to
online.
all my homeboys. I'm talking to people overseas. You don't know who I'm talking to.
Right.
You have no idea as a parent,
Right.
and it's all the while it's framing their mind. So, I mean, the longer the short is, parents, please stop ignoring your child. Even
Yeah.
and what it really comes off is to the other kid that you might think is mentally okay, is that you think that they have no issues
Right.
and the other child's problems are as big as the sky.
Right.
Whatever issues they got going on, you think they can't be worse than that child, but in hindsight, they really could.
Right.
You know, they're just internalizing a lot of stuff. So y'all gotta keep your eye on that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Long story short,
Pay attention to all your kids.
there you go. All right, moving along.
Okay.
All right, so there's a question in here. It's a blanket statement and then a question.
Okay.
Kids lie to their parents. Do you believe this?
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
been kids. I don't
Right.
understand why it is that certain people just really think that kids don't lie.
They do.
It baffles me.
They do. And there's like obviously levels to that, right? Like, no, I didn't break that. No one else is in the house. Yes, you did.
You have
You know,
something.
there's the lie that they'll tell to try to avoid trouble. And up until a certain age, they're not really that big of a deal. Those lies are not that big.
Mm-mm.
It's when they get to be older, they start engaging with the world outside of you that the lies become large.
See, I took this question a whole nother way because now you're about to go into children. Because there's a difference between kids and children. Because
True.
kids to me are in between, like, as soon as they get out of their toddler phase, up until like they hit around like 7 or 8 now. And the reason why I'm saying this is they have to start maturing now a little bit earlier just based off of what they're seeing in the communities that they're in.
I agree
Now,
with
you
that.
guys that, monitor everything your kids are watching, I'm happy and proud of you for being able to have that much control. And reason why I'm saying this is even if you don't allow it your home, you got family,
They have friends.
Kids talk about all types of stuff in school.
Kids on a school bus with unlimited access to their
Also,
to something.
Girls are maturing or starting to hit puberty a lot earlier.
Yeah, that's like
around
scientifically
like
proven.
9 or 10 years old, but that's what every generation. It just kept getting younger and
That's
younger.
crazy.
So keep that in mind.
Lord help me.
Every generation, the girls are getting slightly younger and younger, but also I think with the hypersexualization of society right now, and that's in like the teens or whatever, like I feel like it's getting younger and younger. And that's just it is what it is. You can't stop kids' hormones from hitting whenever they're gonna hit. That's just
No, you
is what
can't.
it is. But kids lie. And I'm talking about the ones in between in the toddler age up until about 7 to 8. Reason why I say this,
Yeah, what?
they're scared to get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
They know you don't accept stuff, certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna lie about that. They break stuff. They're gonna lie about that. Now I'm
Yeah.
not saying all kids, because all kids do not lie.
Yeah, some kids
Some
don't.
kids just don't care. Like they're gonna tell you the flat out truth, whatever.
Some do.
But
Majority of them though are
what I
going
will
to tell
say
you a lie
is
or two.
you better pay attention to the level of lies that your child is
Yeah.
telling you, because it's already telling you what type of an adult they're going to
Yeah.
become if you don't nip that in the bud.
I have this, I tell my daughter all the time, and I told my nieces when they were young, same thing. You won't get in trouble for telling me the truth, but you'll get in trouble for the lie. So if you did something and you tell me the truth about it, right, you're still going to have consequence for whatever you did. But if you lied to me and I catch you in the lie, then you're in double trouble because A, you did whatever you did first, and then you try to lie to me about it. Tell me the truth. We can deal with that. But the lying part, that's the part that becomes intentional because some things are just accidents. Like you can break something truly on an accident, right? Mm-hmm. The lie is the problem. You telling me you didn't do that, or if she watches a video that she knows she shouldn't watch, you knew you shouldn't have watched that, and you're going to lie to me and tell me you didn't know. That's where I have a really strong problem with you and choosing to tell me to not tell me the truth. Because you know, that's when I become quite like really frustrated with her. Stuff happens, tell me the truth, we'll deal with it.
Mhm.
Don't lie to me about it. That's the problem. But if you can get them to understand that young, because that's what my mother did with us. If you can understand that young, they will learn they can come to you when they're teenager and they get older and there are things
Mhm.
going on in their lives. They won't be afraid to come to you with the big stuff if you don't overreact to the little things when they're small. You know what I mean? Like consequences are one thing, but like don't overdo it. Because they have to know they can trust you when they become teenagers and grow into adulthood.
I mean, it is what it is. But some of y'all out here make y'all kids scared to even
Like
open their
too
mouth,
scared.
like too scared.
There's like a balance between those two things of no consequences and being petrified of any. There's a balance and it's so hard to find it.
That is true.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna leave that topic and we about to bounce to this next one.
All right.
Alrighty. Um, it's hard to see the good if you're only seeing the bad, and that's the statement. What do you think?
Yes. Yes. That's my yes.
I'm guessing that's your statement for like the week.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, girl, yes.
I
Um,
I agree with that. I mean, you can't. It's
no,
hard to.
I feel like when you on your own funk, like you definitely can't.
Yeah.
But if you stop for 2 seconds, sometimes it's not even the worst thing ever. Like people think because like it's bothering you right now, it's making you emote negatively right now, but this is the worst. It's not.
No. It's hard to see. You can change your perspective and flip it, but
No,
it's hard.
but loosely, and I say this very loosely, I think this is like the beginning of how people that don't know how to get themselves out of this funk end up being like having suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
Loosely, because I'm not a daggone therapist, I'm not a
Right.
psychologist, like I can't diagnose you with that. But if I had to guess, I'm pretty sure it's those thoughts that are reoccurring that you can't get out of your mind because right now you think it's the worst thing that you've been through.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Like y'all people, sometimes you gotta let that stuff go and really think about where you are in life. Is it really that bad comparatively to where you are? And I feel like a lot of people get in like those moods where they're like, I don't know how I'm gonna get out this funk. I don't. Sometimes y'all gotta go outside, take a walk, get out
Yeah.
your head,
Literally
call a
change
friend,
your
phone a friend
environment.
in. I don't know. Um,
Yeah. Changing your
get
environment.
on one of them crisis hotlines or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all types of free therapists out here now. So like people have literally no excuse. Um, because a lot of times, like even if you don't feel like you can talk to your close friends, these are people that don't know you from a can of paint.
Right.
You might feel like they know you, but they don't know you.
No.
And sometimes the first therapist ain't gonna be that.
Date your
Sometimes you
therapist.
gotta go ahead and move on along.
Yeah. Date your therapist till you find the right one.
I don't know. But if you live by that philosophy, if you live by maybe what I'm going through is not the worst thing that I've ever been through, like you'll be fine.
Yeah. That helps a lot.
Right?
Remember.
Because trust me, they hated changing shifts with me at work. they they go to pass off whatever it is and be like, hey, such and such is going on out on the floor. And I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure you didn't intentionally do that. Or clearly you didn't want to leave it like that. They're like, yo, every time I come to you with something, like you're never phased by it. I'm like, that's not the worst I ever been through.
Right.
So what? Everything gonna keep on ticking. We gonna clean it up. We gonna keep moving.
Right.
So what? Next.
Her real advice is a lot like that too.
Yeah, because like life is not as bad as some people make it out to be. And I know people do get in some certain ruts. And they get into
Right.
some bigger things. There are like huge things that you can get into that it feels like your world could end tomorrow. And
Yeah.
to a lot it probably is. Um, Hence that's why people, do end up committing suicide or
Right.
um Shoot, we gonna have to put the suicide hotline in. You done said it so much.
Yeah, hey,
Well, for
that's
those
a
of you guys
very
that are watching
real
this on YouTube,
yeah, that's a
but
very real thing. I read this like perspective last year when life turned upside down. Um, and it was like couple months ago, couple years ago, you thought you weren't going to make it through that. Now you made it through
mhm,
this. Your success record for getting through the days you thought you couldn't get through is 100%. So there's no reason it's not going to continue now. And that's a perspective that I have told everybody about since I kind of picked it up and like digested what that really means.
mhm, mhm.
This situation is the worst one you're in right now, but you were in one a couple years ago that you thought was the worst one, and here you are now. So it will end and life will move on. It's just gonna be it's gonna suck for a little while, but it's going to move on. And you gotta
Absolutely,
move with it.
you do. I mean, I know it's easy for us to go, yeah, like you gonna get past it, you gonna get over it. But like I said, once you are in that mental funk, it's hard for you to get out of it.
Yeah,
But like sometimes you just gotta step away from your situation and then come back to it and realize, well, dang, I still got my health,
right.
I still got my job, I still
Mhm.
got my roof over my head, I still got my family, or whatever it is,
Right.
you still have because shoot, some of y'all might have lost your family. Like, I don't know.
Right.
But you gotta accentuate your positives. And I don't know what your positives are, and I hope you
Right.
figure out what it is. If you are someone going through that. But we're gonna get off this topic because that's a
Yeah.
little bit sad. Anyway, moving along. Um, do you need to understand yourself better to have better relationships around you, spouse, friendships, children?
Absolutely. Yeah. You have to. When you don't know yourself, you are you're likely to absorb the things in other people and you
Mhm.
become reflections of other people rather than yourself. And that can serve you for a while, but that's not always going to, those people may not always be there. That situation may not always be there. When that's over, what do you have left?
And like, I don't know. At the end of the day, you have to know yourself to a certain, like, not even a certain extent. You really, really have to do some soul searching, some deep diving,
Yeah,
and then like, especially, we're not done growing, we're not done changing, fixing our responses to certain things, figuring out what makes you tick. Because it all in all, like, if you don't start fixing those things, the people that you do attract around you are inevitably going to exit from around you because
right.
you don't even know how to deal with you. So, um,
I hear a lot of people use the phrase, I need to get back to myself. And here's why that doesn't work. That self that you were before you had that baby, before you ended that relationship, before you lost that family member, that person's not here anymore because that person had those things. Now you're someone who doesn't have those things. So you're not going to be exactly the same.
mm-mm.
You have to change, you have to grow, you have to adapt. I'm not the same person I was before my mother died. I'm not the same person I was before I had my daughter. Essentially, I am, but there are things about me that are no longer the same.
No, you adapt, you
You
grow.
have to adapt and embrace those things about you that have changed and accentuate the positive changes because it's not always going to be a positive change, but you can accentuate
Mm,
the positive changes.
but I feel like that's why we have marriages that fail
Mhm.
because they marry the person that's current. A lot of time, like you married this person, that's the person I want to stay married to. Okay, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years.
Right.
There's major life events that happen. That person is not exactly the same. They don't think about the world exactly the same,
No.
and 9 times out of 10, neither do you.
Mhm.
So there's that. But um, as time goes on, you got to learn what makes you tick, what doesn't. But also, like with marriages, a lot of time people don't do the same things they did for their spouse that they did in the beginning, and that's why they start having those rough and rocky patches or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, because somebody feels like they're being ignored or whatever. It's a lot to that.
It's a lot.
But as far as getting to know yourself, like you have to do some real soul searching because A lot of us have qualities that we know we need to fix. A
Mhm.
lot of us have issues that we know we need to fix. A lot of us go about and think about things in a certain way that we know we need to fix to get to even a better you, like in
Right.
as a whole.
Right.
Um, yeah, definitely got to figure that one out, boss.
Yeah.
Um,
It's gonna suck, but you gotta figure it out.
you gonna have to figure it out. It does suck, but it is what it is. All right.
Okay.
Mm,
Uh-oh.
here we go. What outfits would you pair together for a 9 to 5
Okay.
job that you have
Okay.
that would also be great to go out to get drinks with your coworkers?
Hmm.
Like it's a at work fit, but it's also, hey, we get ready to go out, have us some little drinks at this little spot.
Right.
Obviously, it's your coworkers. Y'all not 9 times 10, you're not about to go into like one of them little hole in the wall bars or nothing like that.
Right.
Maybe a dive bar. It might be an upscale bar. I mean, if you
Yeah.
working a 9 to 5, 9 times out of 10, we just will say it's an office setting.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, you honestly, you can't go wrong with slacks and a nice top. Like if you're gonna go to reach for nothing else, because some people have different styles.
Mm-hmm.
It can be if you're allowed to wear jeans at work, you can wear nice jeans or slacks and some type of a top that is, maybe not button down situation, ladies, because we all know the button down struggle, but something that's a nicer top, I think. Yeah. Because you can change shoes if you want,
Mm-hmm.
wear your office shoes, and then you can have other shoes in the car. You could change jewelry without having to carry a whole nother outfit.
Oh, I feel that. I feel that. Um, maybe I would say if you got like one of those one piece like dress casual type
Mhm.
one
That
piece
too.
or whatever, like
Yeah, you can do
keep it
that.
classy, ladies. I mean, got to be dressed like we going out to
Well,
the
I was gonna
club.
say if we're going to work,
But
we can't. You can learn how to put
or a blazer or something.
I was gonna say blazer for work, take it off after work. You can do that.
You can, but you gotta be careful with that too, because like that whole mixing business with pleasure inside
Yeah,
the
you have to be,
workplace and all
and
that
yeah,
stuff.
and
Like,
yeah,
gotta be
I don't
careful with that.
really associate with
Um,
people I work with outside of work until we don't work together no more.
right.
But if I were to, it would be something like that because you're
I
still
mean,
with people you work with. So although you're not there, something that you say that someone may not like can still end up in HR.
absolutely.
So you need to be really careful mixing work and non-work activities depending on the setting you work in, because some,
Yeah,
yeah,
for most,
that's not
like
really a thing for some places, but some it absolutely is.
absolutely, but I don't think it's like a monthly or weekly thing that they're
Yeah,
doing. Like that's probably like a once in a blue moon occasion. Like,
yeah.
what do you pair up with that? You know,
Mhm.
or you might be going out to drink with your homegirls too after that. Who knows?
Well,
So like
if it's not people I work with, I might have a
it's
whole
a
'nother
50-50
outfit ready.
toss up, you
Yeah.
know. But in
Yeah, I'll
this
put in more
scenario,
effort
it
if
would
I'm
be with
going out with my
coworkers.
friend.
I don't know. I feel like the blazer in the bottoms is a good pair as well.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
with your nice shirt.
Mhm.
Um,
There you go.
with your blouse.
Be careful with the button though.
Maybe even like a pencil skirt with like a nice little top or
Yeah,
whatever, and a
pencil
blazer.
skirts
Like
work too.
I feel
Yeah.
like that's cool. Um,
Yeah.
just please don't come with them daggone black flats. And you know which flats I'm talking. I hate them with a passion. If you gonna do it right. Put the little heels or something on. Get you some maybe some stilettos or something, depending on the type of job you have.
When I
Right?
say y'all, she truly detests flats.
Oh
She
my
detests
gosh.
them.
They just remind me of grandma shoes. And then certain women with certain size feet, like we gotta stop doing this to ourselves. Your foot look 15 times bigger than what it's supposed to look like.
It does.
And it look like you're walking on the ground. Stop it.
She really doesn't like them.
Oh my god. Ugh, it just drives me nuts. Stop putting them damn flats on. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she hates them so much.
And
If you
then
agree,
what
let us
makes it
know.
even worse is I get that you work in a business setting, office setting, whatever,
Uh-huh.
right? You gonna wear the black because you know what dress I'm talking about.
It
It's that black dress that everybody that work in the office building has. I hate this dress. Reason why I hate this dress, y'all don't never got on the right shoes with it. Don't know why. It be pissing me off like to the nines. I hate it. Stop it. Why are we out here with them ugly? Oh my god, them flat. If it's not the flats, it's you trying to make them ghetto Chinese slippers match
Oh
your
my
work
god,
setting for
not the
me,
Chinese slippers. Y'all know they're making them
bruh.
with heels now? Have y'all seen that? If you haven't, go look it up. No.
I'm just over it. Them flats, they so flat. I swear to gosh, when they take them off, them things be misshapen.
They do.
Like I'm
And
not gonna be able to do
your
it.
foot still
Y'all gotta
has
stop.
the imprint of the rounded toe because your foot was swollen.
Oh my god, that black dress.
Uh-huh.
You know what black dress I'm
I
talking about.
do. I do know.
Ugh,
I do not have one.
it kills me. It's the black funeral dress that they tried to turn it into a business casual setting type dress.
Mm-hmm.
And in the winter, you want to pair it with an equally as ugly black blazer on top of it. Stop it.
Yes, y'all
And
know.
them flats. And or in Baltimore City, I don't know what y'all call these boots anywhere else, but we used to call them the come get me boots in Baltimore City, which was the knee-high boots
The knee highs.
with that ugly black dress. You can wear them knee-high boots and just please do not pair with that black dress.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. I'm like, do we not have any other style of dress we can wear in a business casual setting? Like, is there no other dress than that?
I just think that's the absolute safest choice.
Bruh, it ain't no way.
I just
We
think
couldn't have did navy, blue, or something like that. Still gives off the same message. It's just like now when you go in, if you were to go into a major like business office setting or whatever,
mm,
let's just say we're gonna say it's some big corporation, right?
mm-hmm.
They sitting around the table in their business attire.
Right.
These men's suits are cut to perfection. They line to they went out, they paid the extra additional money. I'm not telling you that all men are going to be able to afford these suits. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
You can buy you one of them little Steve Harvey suits or whatever and get it tailored how you need to. However, the Steve Harvey suits even got a nice little cut to them or
Yeah, they
whatever.
do.
Like they'll be fitted. And they can change the colors up with the tops, change the suit jacket, whatever. It looks well put together. But why is it that we feel like we can only wear this one little black dress? And every now and then a chick a pop off with like a little pencil skirt or something.
I love
Why
that.
is it?
I like that designers have pushed into women having menswear inspired stuff. Like they're making like suits for women.
I mean, some
I'm
of them
here
suits
for
bad,
that.
some of them bad. I get you on
Yeah,
that.
I'm all the way here
Like we
for
got to
that
figure out
movement.
something besides that.
Yeah, I'm here for that. Giving
And
us
make
away
sure
from
you
that
got the
black dress.
right pencil skirt too. We not trying to be business sexy sexy casual.
Yeah,
Y'all
there
know the
is
pencil skirt I'm talking about. And then you gonna
that
have
one that's way too tight.
then got the audacity to have your cleavage. No, I'm business savvy. No, you're not with your cleavage sticking out. Like you know what you're doing inside that office building.
Yeah.
You know it's money up inside there. You know
There
what your
yeah.
butt is doing. Stop
There
it.
is such a thing as a tasteful amount of cleavage and I don't care.
And another thing is, even if that was your motivation, if
Hey.
your body was really that bad, you wouldn't even have to do all that because that dude gonna know exactly how you shape without you taking all that off. Women, sometimes you just gotta leave the element of surprise. Because trust me, he already done thought what you already look like without.
Yeah, most of the time they have.
The imagination was already there. Now you done provided him with the goods on top of the imagination. So you already done equally just threw yourself out there. So he already know what it is. He already know you easy and everything about you is easy. Easy.
Yeah. I mean, man, don't get it twisted either. When we see y'all in some of them suits, we be thinking about it
But
too.
my thing is, we'll look, but me looking isn't that doesn't equal like I'm getting ready to come over here and yeah. Like no. That's
But
not what this
we
is about.
notice. We do notice though.
Listen. We already done peeped you from before you came in the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing is, we
Men would be
look,
surprised how
they
long
don't.
our long distance vision is when it comes to stuff like that.
That's because we're not as obvious as they
Yeah, we're
usually
really
are.
not.
Not
And
all of
don't
them are
let
that
two
obvious, but a lot of them
and
are.
don't let two friends who really know each other be in the same space. You would never know we noticed because we've known each other so long. Y'all would never know.
Ting. Anyway, so moving along.
Mm-hmm.
So, how often should you shower per week? Hold before you answer this.
Okay.
So, I think it was Al Roker. Was it Al Roker? One of those new, the one that's on Good Morning America.
Good morning.
Well, he was on there at a point. The black dude.
Al used to be on the Today Show.
So
He
the
was on
Today
Today
Show.
Show. Yeah.
Okay, wrong show. So it was Al Roker, and then
Okay.
it was like 3 other hosts or whatever.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not gonna name the races of the 3 other hosts. We just gonna leave it there because we all know Al Roker is blackity black. Okay.
Okay.
So the reason why I brought this up is I was watching a video where this particular question got stitched because it was on there, and Al Roker he reacted how you expected him to react.
Okay.
So when I say this, I'm going to let you answer what you think it is.
Okay.
How often should you shower per week? And this was given
Uh-huh.
in a form of multiple choice. So A.
There's multiple choices for that?
Exactly.
Okay.
A. Every day. B. 2 to 3 times a week. C. 5 times a week. Or D. Once a week.
Why is there an option besides once a day? Is that really an option for some of y'all?
We know who that's an option for. But go
Ew.
ahead.
Once a day at minimum. Some people shower 2-3 times a day.
And you gave the Al Roker response.
Once a day at absolute minimum. You need to be washing your behind.
So
Beginning
let
of
me
the
tell
day,
you.
before bed, there's a whole debate about that in itself, but at least once a day.
So
Uh-huh.
this is what I'm gonna say to this.
Okay.
Al Roker responded like you.
What's the
However,
right answer?
the chick that was giving this, who I'm assuming because it looks like she might have been in a lab coat from what I remember.
Oh no.
The dermatologist answer according to them. Now, mind you, the reason why I'm gonna break this down after this. The dermatologist said
I'm afraid.
2 to 3 times a week.
Ew.
Yeah, I ain't even stick around for why they said this because this don't even make no sense. You eat every day, walk
You're
out,
out in
you go
public?
outside every day, you work damn near every day.
It's
But
hot.
you gonna tell me
You
I
sweating?
don't care if it's hot or not, even if it was
I was
cold.
gonna say, even then, you be outside in the
Bruh.
cold and go in a room in a place sweating because you're hot because you're in all your winter stuff. Ew.
I mean, it's just a lot of disgustingness
That's
going on
disgusting.
about that. It's just nasty.
That's nasty.
But they were like the dermatologist. Let me tell you something. First of all,
No.
this had to be a white dermatologist because first ain't no
Yeah, I
black
don't know. I
dermatologist
don't know.
telling you this. We gonna let that go. There's too many different skin conditions out there
Disgusting.
and all types of stuff for you to tell me that I can lay around in my funk all week and I ain't got to get in the shower but 2 and 3 times a week.
That's disgusting.
It is not like you got body odors. It's all types of stuff going on here. Like it's just not
You got
right.
grown women problems.
You got bacteria. Yes, you got grown women problems. That's a whole nother issue.
Right.
Y'all
nasty.
If
y'all doing that, y'all nasty.
If y'all subscribing to that,
stay away from don't.
No. I don't even want to go over your house because I know.
How often do you brush your teeth if you're only washing your body 2 or 3 times a week? You brushing your teeth like you're supposed to?
I don't know what they doing, but whoever took that one on,
nasty.
Don't even come over in my direction.
No.
You mean to tell me that you're nasty butt?
No.
Ew. And my thing is, bruh, I'm pretty sure you go number 2 every day.
That
alone should make you want to wash your ass.
Yeah.
Right. Anywho.
Keep that away from.
Question. I
keep that away from us.
Had to end that on some bad hygiene.
If you shower every day, let us know.
They out here smell like old hot dog water.
Mop water. Ew. That's disgusting, y'all.
Out here smell like outside. Pee.
First time I heard her say that, I cried laughing. Oh my god.
All right, y'all. Like, share,
Comment.
subscribe.
If you follow us, if you're listening to us on, we now are on Apple Music and Spotify. So if you're listening and you're not watching us on YouTube, you can find us at Black and White spelled the regular way, Reacts, REACZ. That's our reaction channel. You'll also find our podcast there if you want to watch.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.